What's going on, everyone? Thanks for visiting the channel. In today's video, I want to discuss the easiest, fastest way to get out of debt. It is no mystery. The United States consumers have $14 trillion worth of debt. People are drowning in debt. They cannot get out of it. And in this video, I want to share the two most effective ways where anyone can get out of debt as quickly as possible and save as much money as possible in doing so. If this sounds good to you, stick around. I'm going to explain the two ways that you can get out of debt the fastest. Okay, so if you're new to this channel, make sure you smash the like button. It really does help the YouTube algorithm. Make sure you leave a comment below, and if you have not done so already, consider subscribing. I drop videos on entrepreneurship, passive income, and how to grow your wealth. Without any further ado, let's get into it. How can you get yourself out of debt as quickly as possible and start achieving that financial freedom through passive income and not let your debt hinder your ability to get there? There are two ways to pay off debt that are most common. So the first way is called the debt avalanche. And what this method is, it basically says if you have, let's say in this example, you have 5 credit cards and each of them are going to have different interest rates. You're going to take the card that has the highest interest rate and you're going to chip away at making payments or increase payments on this card first. Now, let me first start off by saying you must make all of your monthly payments. Never, ever, ever miss a payment or be late on a payment if you can help so. The most important part that supersedes getting out of debt is making sure that you are paying your debt or paying your obligations without fail and never missing a monthly payment or even being late on a monthly payment. Assuming that you're doing that and assuming that you're making your payments as you should, any money that you have left over at the end of the month, you should be putting towards your highest interest rate credit card. And this could be the card that has the highest balance or the lowest balance. But the concept here is that by paying the highest interest rate card off, you're going to save proportionately the most amount of money. So if you have 5 cards and your highest card is 23%, and between your cards, if your 23% interest rate card, if this is the most expensive card for you to have, by paying this card off or down as fast as possible, this is going to save you the most amount of money. This is more of a mathematical standpoint. Each and every month, you're going to chip away at that payment. And once that card is paid off, your highest interest, the most amount of money that is going towards just paying the bank interest, is going to eventually not be there. And this doesn't matter if it is, again, if it is your highest balance card or your lowest balance card. Mathematically, this is going to save you the most amount of money by chipping away, paying your highest interest rate card first, your second highest interest rate card second, and so forth until all of those cards are paid off. So from a mathematical sense, this is what I think, in my opinion, makes the most sense, and you're going to get out of debt quicker if you follow this debt avalanche. Okay, so option number 2 is called the debt snowball. If you guys are familiar with Dave Ramsey, I basically disagree with almost everything that his financial channel and what he stands for, but he is basically saying in this debt snowball way is consumers, people with debt, do not have enough self-discipline to where they see all of their credit card debt and it's daunting to them. And it's an easier way to pay off your lowest balance card first. For example, if you have 5 cards and your lowest balance card has a $1,000 balance, by paying this card off first, it's just an easier way to psychologically, you pay a card off, now you only have 4 cards left. You pay the second card off, now you only have 3 cards, and so forth. This makes sense from an emotional standpoint, but in my opinion and mathematically, it does not make sense from a money standpoint. So the advice that I would give is through these two options, do you want to get out of debt quicker or do you want to get out of debt slower? At the end of the day, either one of these options is a good option that will get you out of debt. But the point of these videos that I make and the advice that I give is achieving financial freedom, getting out of debt, receiving passive income as quickly as possible. We are not here to spend years of extra time to achieve these goals if we can help it. So while there is this debt snowball method, and from a psychological standpoint, it does make sense if you're having a difficult time looking at, let's say, a lot of high balance cards, and by paying off lower balances first, this will help you. While that is true from an emotional standpoint, I completely disagree from a money standpoint. You just have to suck it up. You have to just really ask yourself, where do you want to be? What goals do you have? And if those goals include making as much money as possible in the quickest period of time, then getting out of debt is a necessity, and you should not even think about doing this debt snowball way. Get out of debt by paying the highest interest rate cards first. Mathematically, it makes the most sense. You're going to get out of debt the quickest by doing this. Okay, so I just want to leave you with a thought or a bonus tip that I always like to give at the end of my videos. And a lot of financial educators, a lot of other YouTube channels, a lot of people giving advice will say that once you get out of debt, you should completely get rid of all of your credit cards. You should cancel them. You should cut them up. And I'm a big advocate of credit. Credit is your friend if it's used properly, and not all debt is bad. I wholeheartedly disagree with anyone saying cancel your credit cards, cut them up, get rid of them. You still want to have cards that work in your favor. You want to have cards or available credit where if you need it, or if you want to put it to work, which I highly recommend you do, you have that ability. By getting out of debt and then canceling or getting rid of your credit cards, you're shooting yourself in the foot. You want to have the ability to have credit. You want to know that money is there if it's needed. If you get in some sort of accident or have some large problem, and the options are you have $20,000 of available credit that can help you with whatever problem you have, or you don't have the available credit because you've canceled your cards, which situation are you going to want to be in? Or if you can earn passive income by putting your credit to work as opposed to not putting it to work because you're afraid of getting in debt again, which one would you rather be in? I will always take the road of achieving financial freedom, achieving goals as quickly as possible, and that includes having credit. So similar to what I was saying earlier, you just kind of have to suck it up. You just need to understand that credit is your friend. Credit can be used productively. It does not have to be a bad thing. So once you've gotten out of debt using either of these two methods, in my opinion, I would keep your cards. I would not get rid of them. Put them in a sock drawer, put your Netflix bill on them, keep them active, but I wouldn't get rid of them. If you're getting rid of cards, you're not only hurting your credit by average length of credit if you just get rid of them all, but you're just not helping yourself out in the long run. So that's my bonus tip. It's really important that you have credit. It's important that you have available credit if you need to. Make sure that you're responsibly using your credit cards, not getting yourself in the situation that you got yourself into originally. But in my opinion, make sure that you are responsible in your card use. Okay, so I hope this video finds you well. I hope you guys got value out of this video. Make sure you smash the like button below. Leave a comment. I want to know your thoughts. These are the two most common ways to get out of debt. Use what mathematically makes the most amount of sense. Just tell me your thoughts. Tell me what you guys have been through. There's the two most common ways to get out of debt. Again, I highly advocate for making sure you are getting out of debt in the most mathematical way possible. And if you have not done so already, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell. You'll always be notified each time I drop a new video. Thanks a lot for watching. Take care, everyone. I will see you in the next video. Take care.